Hi, it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a slightly different get ready with me video than my normal. So I'm going to be kind of trying to do a mermaid inspired look since we are now in October, I believe. So I am going to start by showing you what I'm going to use and then try to speed through this video a little bit better. And I'm going to be going for a like blue purplish kind of mermaid. So foundation. I'm going to be using Physicians Formula Touch of Glow in Light. And I also like to add a little bit of my Bare Minerals powder foundation in Fair. And for concealer, I'm going to be using Instant Age Rewind. So I'm going to get started. Okay, so here I'm showing you the different colors and different palettes I'm using. I wanted to start off with light colors and then work my way to a little bit of a darker feel. I wanted to mostly stay light with this mermaid look, so I thought it would be good to go in with light colors. And yes, I am talking throughout this video. I'm kind of talking myself through it, and I wasn't exactly sure how this video was going to turn out. If I wouldn't have sped this up, we would have been here probably for 30 minutes by the time I got something that I liked. And I wasn't concerned with it being symmetrical. I wanted something that was slightly off because my hair is parted to the side, so more hair does cover that other side. So I really wanted to emphasize the one side of my face more. And with this, I did use Lorac BH Cosmetics. I used a little bit from the Nikki Tutorials palette. And I think that was it. I used 3 different palettes from BH Cosmetics. Their Paradise Bronze palette, their Wild and Alluring, and their Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. And the Lorac palette was the Alter Ego Heartbreaker palette. So I just go through here and add colors, and after I did that blue color I went in with a light pink, and I just wanted to kind of mix the light blues, the light pinks, and then later I went into some purples and that kind of thing, and all I did was just add color until I got to some sort of pattern and style I really liked. And that blue I just pointed out, it is my absolute favorite blue. If I'm going to put a blue in the waterline, I am going to go for that blue 100% because it is so pigmented and you do not need to hardly use any at all to get a really nice color. And that's from the BH Cosmetics Paradise Bronze palette, I believe. And so I just decided to go in here and just put it under the waterline. I thought it would add a really nice, cool, bright look to my eyes in doing that. And I used a lot of the same brushes trying to mix the colors, and this contouring I so messed up to start with and it looked wonky, but I actually ended up blending it out later, like really blended it out, and it ended up looking really cool. My nose kind of ended with this kind of blue iridescent kind of look, which was actually really kind of cool. And I had a very hard time blending like the blues and the pinks and the purples together. It just took time. It's not that the colors and the shadows weren't blendable. They're just very bright colors, and so it took time. This is not a look I think that you can sit down and do in 5 or 10 minutes. Not if you're really looking for it to be blended out and to do what I did here. I do think that you'll have to sit down and work with it for 30 minutes unless you are just really a makeup pro, which is not something that I am, and I don't claim to be a makeup pro. I don't even claim to be that good. I just like to share with you guys when I do something cool or just for fun, and I really do love to do these Halloween inspired looks every year. It's just something that I like to do for fun. And last year I did like a sugar skull on one side and then like a broken doll, like a scary broken doll side on the other. And so I just thought I would do it again this year. I may even include several throughout October. I don't know yet, but this is just something I really love doing. And so the purple, I was afraid to muddy up my eyelids here, so I just went and added it in the crease, and then I thought, oh, this would be really cool to kind of connect my nose to make it my face look less human, sort of, and give my nose and all of that stuff kind of a different look. Just like I contoured my face with the dark purple, like you would have just like a normal bronzer, because when you are trying to be a non-human like creature but still human, instead of changing the shape of your face and doing that kind of stuff, you can give kind of an illusion of that if you put different colors along the parts of your face that you would normally contour, and that can give kind of a different look and effect to the face. And here I decided to go in with kind of a dark purple brown to see what it would do. If I was doing it again, I'm not sure that I would go as dark as I did here, because I ended up blending it out more and adding more color because I kind of thought it was too brown when I was going for something kind of very pastel and very colorful. So that's the only one thing I probably regret putting in here. So I tried to go back and blend the dark blue into those kind of brownish areas there around my eye. I don't think it necessarily turned out bad. It's just I didn't like it. I mean, I like the overall look, but it was a little bit harder to blend and kind of do the blue when I probably should have went in there with the dark blue color. But I do like that there's maybe a little bit of contrast, and I did the dark blue and the dark purple on that one side up against, and there is that little bit of contrast with that brown color there. And here you can just see me, I'm just adding colors and adding colors and adding colors until I get something I like, and then I go in and I blend them and blend them. And like I said, I probably sat there for at least 30 minutes putting colors on my face and blending them and trying to get something out that I really liked. And so yeah, here I am with my blending brush just blending everything together, trying to get it to be all kind of cohesive. I didn't want it to look like one color started and one color stopped. I wanted it kind of all to be just like one big color. So I didn't really want there to be, and on my forehead I didn't get completely as blended as I would have liked, but I do like that there is a little bit of color variation there. And I didn't incorporate any kind of blush into this. All I did was add a blush topper and a highlighter to my cheeks. Once I got past all of this color, you will see I used the Too Faced Manizer Sister palette, and I used the light one and the pinkish one. I'm not sure what the names of those are. I would have to go look. And so you just get to see lots and lots of my blending. I wanted to show you, for the most part, how long of a process this was. And see, there's the palette now. And I wanted to show you how long of a process this was for me, like an average person, so that if you would want to go into doing this, you would know it wasn't just an easy 5-minute thing. And even though this minute is 10 minutes, I have fast forwarded through this thing like crazy. And like you can see, I was talking about adding the highlight, and I just went crazy. I wanted to sparkle. Okay, so now I'm taking a loofah, and I'm going to try to make somewhat of a scales, and I'm going to mix the Frosted Yum and this color from the Lorac palette, so we shall see how that goes. Okay, so I found it was best if you hold this very, very tightly against your head and put as much eyeshadow on the brush as possible, even wet it. And I found that it didn't do as good just trying to dab it. I actually found that I had to kind of rub it on there and just hold the loofah very tightly on my face to get nice defined scales. And I'm just going back in there and getting as much product on the brush as possible to get nice defined scales. And see, here's where I started to figure out the scales looked much better when I did that, and I decided to go in with Purple Better Than Sex mascara, because why would you use regular mascara when you could use purple? And I had a nude lip, and I decided to go in with a little bit of silver just to give kind of a nice, cool look. And here is the finished product. I loved how kind of glowy and sparkly the finished look came off. And I'm very excited how this turned out. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you like this. I thought it was very cool and just very awesome.